Hi, this is Amusings with Chelsea and Angie.
Hi.
I'm Angie.
And I'm Chelsea.
And this episode, we're just going to basically go over whatever's on our mind.
Yeah.
Movies, TVs, books. If anybody has any suggestions on what we should watch, you can always email us. We'll give you that information later. But let's go ahead and kick it off.
All right. I want to talk about Wednesday real quick because that series just ended and it just got the announcement that they renewed it for the second season and stuff like that. I absolutely loved that season. Like, right off the bat, episode 1, absolutely loved it all.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for a second season.
I wasn't sure what to expect. It turns out it's kind of a mystery because you're trying to find out what's going on at Nevermore Academy.
Kind of got some Scooby-Doo vibes, right?
Yeah. And it's got, not sci-fi. It's got comedy.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I loved, Thing.
Thing, yes, absolutely love
If
Thing.
they gave an award for hands, I guess he would win it.
Absolutely. Most valuable hand. So, yeah, absolutely. I agree that I absolutely love this series, and I cannot, like I said, I can't wait for season 2. I want to see what's coming up next, you know. But, yeah, way to go, Netflix.
Yeah.
For a great series. Kickoff. What have you been watching here lately?
I saw Peripheral on Amazon Prime.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good. Hard to explain in a short amount of time. If anybody wants us to deep dive into that, we can. But it's definitely sci-fi because you're moving between two time periods.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe Grace Moretz, I think, is the actress.
Oh, okay.
She's really good in it. And if you like sci-fi, I would say definitely you will get hooked in the first episode.
See, you were telling me a little bit about this the other day, and it kind of is like the video game Assassin's Creed, which makes me like totally excited to kind of watch it and see where the dynamics are between, because there's also, supposedly there's supposed to be an Assassin's Creed, another movie type coming out versus the one that they did way back when.
Where it was not a good movie. Not a good movie.
I like not the cartoon, but the video game version movie way better, but we won't get into all that. But I'm excited to watch that. It's actually pretty cool to think about watching.
Yeah, it was when they start talking about, they'll talk about one thing in the earlier time period, but as you go through the series and the episodes, you know, they'll mention it in the future period that they're the ones that invented the technology and sent it back.
So kind of like Terminator type.
Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute. So you're telling me the stuff that they were using, you guys invented and sent back? I'm so confused. But they did a really good job. They explained everything. It made sense. And I can't wait for season 2. And I hope it doesn't get canceled. Because I would be devastated.
Don't you hate when that happens? It just, it breaks my heart when they don't get renewed. So, especially whenever they're really good series and stuff like that, like Manifest kind of did. It was, you know, it was a little slow at first, and it got up, it picked up, it was real good, and then they just freaking cut it, ended it, but you know what's great about fans? You get in there, you petition, you fight for it back, and sometimes you get it back, or you get an alternate version of, okay, we're going to do one more season, but this is the end.
Right.
And at least they solve all the questions and the answers that you have. Absolutely.
Let's see. I saw the first episode of The Last of Us. I did not watch the video game. I had heard of it, but I did not, haven't played it. I play little wussy games like Animal Crossing. I'm more of a farmer. What do you want? I can't, I don't know how to play the fast games.
Look, I jumped right in and learned freaking Call of Duty. Assassin's Creed was my favorite just because, you can do the story or you can do whichever.
But when you do first person, that makes me horribly nauseous.
I could see your point on that.
Yeah.
Having vertigo.
Yeah.
Absolutely, definitely.
I tried it on I think it was one of the first Jedi games, and I was like, oh, look, I'm running. I'm getting very sick to my stomach. I need to lay down. Yeah, so I did not finish that game.
So my daughter actually just recently got VR for Christmas, and she's like, hey, Mom, check this out. It's a roller coaster, and I get, okay, put it on my head, and she's like, here, hold this and this, and then stand up. And so I stand up, I start going with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be sick. Oh no. But then of course she went to Mimi and Papa's house, and I put it back on, and I found like a drum set game, and I'm like, ooh, I can do this. This is like Guitar Hero. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, so not the
No, but I actually was able to have fun.
Oh, well, that's good.
So that's kind of fun and entertaining with that. So
so The Last of Us, really good. Again, there's only one episode out. I liked it. I like Pedro Pascal.
Who doesn't right now?
Yeah.
He is on fire.
He
with
makes
shows.
makes me sad because we have to wait for The Mandalorian. Blah.
That was a great series too. So far, everything's been so great. I cannot wait for this next season to come out.
So he's good. Yay! Number 2, gross because it's fungus.
Fungus.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
The fungus takes over your body, and there were mushrooms growing out the dude's face, and I was like, dude, no, I eat pizza, and I put mushrooms on my pizza. That's gross. It's so wrong. It's so wrong.
So, there was a movie, actually, Pirates of the Caribbean, I think it was the second one. Yeah, I think it was the second one.
With the octopus head?
It was where one of the main characters' dads, Bill.
Oh, yeah.
He had the, clams on his face and stuff.
Ugh.
I just wanted to peel them off so bad. So anytime I see, stuff like that, grown out of their face, I'm like, I just want to pull it.
Oh, yeah. No.
No.
It was coming out of her mouth like little feelers. It was gross. Oh.
So kind of a little bit hard to watch.
Yeah, in the
weird factor.
I'm never gonna put mushrooms on my pizza again.
Oh no.
And like I was telling you earlier, Walking Dead, they're dead people, they're zombies, walking slow AF. Then you have the mushroom people. That's what I'm gonna call us. Fungi's. And they're very, very fast. But in The Last of Us, they have these, cities set up. Not like the ramshackle bullshit on, The Walking Dead. So how can you build, a good society where your critters are all fast and can, snatch you? Whereas the slow-ass Walking Dead, and you can't build a city?
Got a valid point.
I'm just come on. They're way down the street you could build a house. I was like, that's so wrong. Okay. But I can't wait for episode 2.
All right.
On Sunday. Yay.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? There's another show on the CW right now, Walker Independence, that came out. I think they're on, I think they just did episode 10 or something like that. But I've been, watching every episode as it comes out, and I absolutely enjoy it. It's, one that I really do enjoy as far as, okay, yeah, it's kind of Western, and I guess it's kind of coming back right now as the Western type 5 movies, because you've got Yellowstone, you got 1883, you got 23 with Harrison Ford. Ooh, love it. But yeah, and to see CW come and grab one and throw one out there, and it's actually pretty good. And I know, like, today you were explaining, you're like, yeah, that's kind of how the Walker series got. Oh, okay, I get it now. I kind of see where it kind of goes hand in hand, and it's really cool to watch that and to take a female and put her in the primary role.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, absolutely love it. But definitely recommend the series, absolutely. And that's just been one of the many shows that are coming out. It seems like they're coming out with a lot of shows here lately, just like throwing them out here to like test waters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. I'm so excited about that, and it makes me just kind of, I'm like, oh wait, I need to watch this. Oh, I need to watch this. Oh crap, my list is getting longer and longer. But
the
I'm
downside
excited.
is they'll throw them out, and then you'll get hooked on one, and then, you know, maybe not a whole bunch of people will watch it, and then they cancel it.
Yeah, that does suck, but you know, I'm always hopeful.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, hopeful. And remember, like I said before, the fans sometimes they can get it to come back if they put enough, you know, effort into it, which a lot of fans do now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people get involved because, you know, TV shows let you kind of escape and let somebody else have the drama versus your life's trauma, where you can say, oh, well, my life's drama is nowhere near as bad as this. Ooh, you know, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. What else you got watching lately?
This weekend, I've got like 3 episodes left of Jack Ryan, season 3. I'm going to watch the 2nd season of Legend of Vox Machina, which is a,
I don't even know how you were able to say that.
it's a group of actors who play D&D, and this series came out of that. My sister watches this show. Critical Role, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, yeah, I heard about that.
She talks about it all the time. But I didn't know anything about it until I was like, ooh, a cartoon on Amazon Prime, I will watch that.
You were such a kid.
I like cartoons.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
The other one, I gotta watch the next season of The Bad Batch on Disney Plus. Yes.
I saw that come out and I was like, oh yeah, heck yeah, love it. I love everything that, I love almost everything that Disney has done so far in the Star Wars, like trying to push out a lot of the stuff from, you know, Mandalorian, Boba Fett, The Bad Batch, and finishing out the Star Wars, the Clone Wars cartoon series, then finally finishing that. I was so happy. Like, I cannot express how happy I was.
I haven't watched Andor. I keep saying, I'm going to watch it, and then I never get around to it. But when Ahsoka comes out, I'm definitely going to watch that.
Absolutely. Everybody loved Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So, Andor, I haven't really got into watching it. I don't know why. Something is just not clicking with me to watch it. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but I've also heard some negative things. So it's kind of like, I don't know. So if you guys think we should watch it, hey, hit us up and tell us.
I wasn't a fan of Rogue One.
See, and that's what the trailer kind of reminded me of. It kind of in the same way. I wasn't a huge fan. And some people can get totally mad at us about this, and I totally understand. There were some people that absolutely loved that. It just wasn't, to me, it was too long. I understood why.
It was slow.
Yes.
But some people also hated Solo. I loved it. I love that movie. I don't care what anybody else says. Oh, it's a horrible movie. Shouldn't be in with the Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. I loved it. I don't care.
I thought it was hilarious. I mean, I'm sorry. Disney brought some more comedic chops to the later Star Wars stuff and made it a little bit more kiddish. I got that, absolutely. But, you know, secretly, we're all kids at heart. So why not? If you want to sit there and act like all the other people, I didn't like it, come on now. Let's get real. Let's get down on nitty gritty.
I loved it.
Exactly. Absolutely. Love Solo. It was so cool. So I've actually been watching a series on Starz, and it actually started with the White Princess, or the White Queen.
Saw it.
To the White Princess.
Didn't see that.
To the Spanish Princess,
Didn't
which
see
had
that.
2 series. And now they're doing the Serpent Queen, which is kind of, it's after Mary and Francis, and after Francis passes away, and Mary, Queen of Scots, is kind of trying to get out, and the mother is having to take over, which, if you remember, in history at all, she was a part of the banking clan. Oh my goodness, I'm so upset. I'm blanking out on the name of one of the major banks back then. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
But anywho, the series itself is absolutely great. You're seeing, it's kind of going back a little bit to understand why she is the way she is. But again, then it's leading forward and planning ahead and doing a lot of scheming and stuff, and just stuff you're like, no girl, you didn't. Medici's. That's who it was. The Medici clans. Yeah. So she is actually a Medici. But anywho, great series, season. I think it's just a series in itself, and I loved it. It was great. I can't wait to see what they do next. That whole lineup is going through all the way getting to, it also had Becoming Elizabeth. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They did that before the Serpent Queen. So it's great seeing the women's side of kind of history, but it's not exactly 100%.
Not told by a man.
Yes. And it's kind of cool to see the dynamic stuff. And I get it, it's not exactly what happened in history, but it's a little bit off, but you're still keeping to the history values stuff. Absolutely love the directors on all of them. They've been great. So I love that. And I'm waiting for the next one. I'm waiting to see what they're going to come up with, because I know there's not a lot of monarchs, but you can get around. We know what happens to all of them.
Both of us saw House of Dragons. Highly recommend.
Absolutely.
I don't think you really need to say anything. If you want us to deep dive, we will deep dive into that. So just let us know. I saw Ring of Power. I've also seen Wheel of Time. Things that will take forever to get a second season because they're so CGI heavy.
I know. I'm like so heartbroken right now that I had to wait until next year just to see House of Dragons season 2.
Yep.
I'm so heartbroken about it, but they do great storytelling, and House of Dragons is standalone, separate from Game of Thrones, and absolutely love the first season, stuff like that. Can't wait to see what happens next.
I wish it was more than 8 episodes.
Yes.
On network television, you're used to your 22, 23 in a season. Now, with streaming, you get 8 if you're lucky.
8 if you're lucky. And it breaks your heart, and you're like, why? This cannot hold me over.
Yeah, because you binge because you're like, oh, I want to see what happens. What happens. And then you're done, and you're like, oh.
It's that moment that you're like, wait a minute. No, there has to be more. Let me recommend something else for you. May okay, let's go down this rabbit hole.
Yes.
It drives you crazy. It absolutely drives you crazy, but you love it. That's the crazy part. So, you know what another one that was great that came out not too long ago here recently? So Knives Out, which was an independent movie that came out was it last year? I think it was last year. Or 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Last year or 2 years ago. It was great. I loved it. It felt like Clue. I'm gonna stop right now and say absolutely Clue, the original, love it. Still watch it every year.
Yep.
Love it. Okay. Knives Out kind of had the Clue vibes. Great storytelling, great all around. Actors were great.
Every time.
Funny.
Anytime somebody says Benoit blank, I always remember the line that Chris Evans said, "What is this, CSI KFC?"
Yes, that was hilarious. And then they came out this year with The Glass Onion, which is a second part to it, which, well, it's independent, but it's
his second story.
Yes, it's his second story. And getting to see him come back and have a whole new story, and I don't want to spoil anything, but oh my gosh, I was on my toes going, oh, it's this, oh, it's this.
There are lots of cameos.
Yes.
When he's in the tub, kind of pay attention to who he's playing. What's the game?
Oh, Among Us.
Among Us. You will see some familiar faces. And then you will see other people, like, on the dock who he meets. Yes, there are lots of cameos.
Absolutely. And I don't even think, did that even go to theaters? It went straight to
Yes,
Netflix.
it went to theaters for, like, a month.
Oh, okay.
And then they released it in December on Netflix.
Okay, see, I didn't even see it. And, that's the only sad thing I think about streaming is you don't see a lot of the, like, movie trailers coming out and stuff like that unless they, you're going and looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, or you're at the movie theaters anyway and you see a few of them that are coming out, but you've probably already seen. Or, Super Bowl, of course, when everybody watches that, if they do.
Ooh, Super Bowl. I'm just going to say, if you like Rian Johnson, who directed and wrote both The Glass Onion and Knives Out, he's supposed to have a series called Poker Face. I will watch it when it comes out, and I will give you a recommendation. Mm-hmm. Okay, Super Bowl. I don't watch the football-y part, but let's talk about the halftime show.
Absolutely.
Rihanna. I'm excited.
Riri.
Is she gonna bring some of her guest musical people? Like, she can have Jay-Z. She's done songs with Drake. She's done songs with Eminem.
Yeah, and see, she's done a lot of stuff with Eminem too, and that's what I was wondering. I was like, is he gonna make a cameo appearance? Because wasn't last year's Super Bowl he made a cameo there too?
I don't know if he cameoed or if he was supposed to be there.
Okay, maybe he was supposed to be there. But he was there, so 2 years in a row. Hey!
What?
So I'm excited. I'm always excited for Super Bowl. I'm always excited for the commercials. I'm always excited for the food because you know me, love the little grubbies. And then I love football.
I don't.
I'm a Saints fan. I'll never deny being a Saints fan, but it is what it is. I'm still gonna cheer on whatever team I decide to pick that goes to a Super Bowl because they earned it.
I'm a Wrexham AFC. Yay, go Red Dragons. Different kind of football.
Different kind of football, but still football.
So,
nonetheless.
do you think so Rihanna or Rihanna? I heard it was Rihanna.
See, my child always says Riri, so that's what I say.
I'm gonna go with Rihanna.
Okay, yeah.
Robin Fenty. There you go. Her name is Robin Fenty.
Ah, there we go.
Let's see. I know you don't. I call it trash TV.
Oh gosh,
yes.
Here we
If
go.
anybody is interested in any Bravo shows, I watch not all of the Real Housewives. Like, I don't watch Jersey, and I think I watch just about all the other ones. How embarrassing. Below Deck, and
oh my gosh, like Jersey Shore type.
ew,
Oh,
no. Ooh, none of that. But I watch that. If you want us to chit chat, we can do that. Just let us know. I watch CSI Vegas only because I found out that Greg Sanders from the original show is coming back at the end of this season. Yay!
Okay, by the way, Criminal Minds Evolution.
Was it any good?
Absolutely. So I was devastated whenever they ended the series and stuff like that. Love Criminal Minds. I'm sorry, it's always something.
You let your child watch it. You're weird.
You know,
I haven't seen a lot. I've seen some because my sister will have it on when we're like cross-stitching or doing diamond dots. But I have seen some.
Well, and see, I personally loved Criminal Minds as the whole series. I could rewatch it 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm still catching stuff. Maybe I didn't catch the first 3 or 4 times, probably. But yeah, I absolutely love it. But the evolution came out. The viewing of it is a little bit different, camera wise and stuff. And it's kind of interesting the way that they went about filming it. And I actually am enjoying it. Paramount Plus is the one that's streaming on right now.
That's what I watch iCarly on. Dork.
So yeah, so I've watched it so far. Of course, not all the characters are back yet. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. But great start off. Love it. I want to see more. I absolutely want to see more. We need Reed. I want Reed.
That's
to come
the
back.
Psychiatrist-y doctor.
The doctor.
Okay, yeah.
Dr. Reed, the nerdy one, the fabulous. I always love his dynamic, and of course, I love Baby Girl. I love me some Baby Girl. She's my favorite.
Oh, she's the computer lady.
Penelope Garcia, Baby Girl. So, anyway, great series too. Cannot wait for more episodes. So,
I watch anime. You don't. Shame on you.
Hey, I want
Boo.
Sailor Moon counted, right?
Yes, we will allow Sailor Moon in there.
Digimon, Pokemon. More cartoonish, not anime.
Yeah,
but yeah.
more One Piece, Sword Art Online, Black Clover.
There was one you had me watch, and I can't remember what it is, and it was actually pretty interesting. It was very dark.
That narrows it down.
I know, right? But anywho, yeah, anime.
Yeah.
So
next week or next podcast, we are totally deep diving on this book that I am in the middle of reading because I'm gonna rage on this son of a bitch. Spare by Prince Harry. I am so upset at the royal family.
Oh no.
Oh, we're gonna yes. Ooh.
Oh, can't wait for that. I'm gonna be good on listening to this because it's gonna be so good.
Okay, technically I'm not reading it. I started reading it and then I fell asleep. So I had to download the Audible version. So I'm listening to him, Prince Harry, read it as I'm following along in the book.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, my sister said, "What are you doing? I thought you bought the book." I said, "I did, but I keep falling asleep."
That's like Hottie Batati reading The Witcher. You know your hottie Superman guy.
Oh, Henry Cavill. Yes. But, yes, I'm halfway through, and I have little, what do you call those things? Notepads, sticky notes. I have them all over that book.
Oh, boy. We can't wait for that, though.
Anytime I got pissed off, sticky note.
Well, I cannot wait to hear about this deep dive in on that book.
My rage.
But, just so you guys know, we are not affiliated with any shows, movies, or anything like that. This is absolutely us just chit-chatting.
Chitty chat.
Just talking about anything that really goes on in our minds, watching shows, episodes, movies, reading books, and stuff like that. But, yeah, no, we absolutely love doing this, and this is what we do in our spare time. We just kind of chit-chat about stuff like this. So we figured we'd share it with you guys and see what you guys think. And if there's something that you guys want us to deep dive into, because we will absolutely do that. Because a lot of these shows, we've gotten really into some intense conversations. And there's stuff we agree, there's stuff we don't agree, and stuff like that. So it's great. So if you want to hear us chit-chat, just, send us an email. We've got an email address. I believe Angie can give that to you.
It is AmusingswithChelsea&Angee. AMUSINGS with WITH Chelsea CHELSEAANDEE amusingswithChelsea&Angee@gmail.com.
Until next time, we'll chat with you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.